episode we are going to finish sanding the anti-foul off. I think I've just got a quarter left on this back side, and then we're going to start sanding the middle section and see how far we get. Let's get on with it. Yeah, okay, so like I said, I've got probably actually just over a quarter. So as you see, if you see last week's video, I've done the other side's completely finished, and I've done this front barrel bit up to the wheels, and then also I've done patches underneath. Don't know if you can see them. So that's bits that sanded all the way to the back, apart from a little strip that I can't get underneath there. What I have decided to do is all of their patch jobs I'm going to sand down to the original hole, just because I can't trust what they've done. You know, some of the patches are over paint, well, the anti-foul itself, which is just not good. So I will sand it all down. I did get quite far last week on this side. I mean, like I said, I've done all that, skipped the patch, done the rest, skipped the patch, and then I've just got this side. It's really hot weather. I think this week's going to be between 27 degrees to 30 degrees, really warm. That's going to be a job with the overalls and everything, but we'll crack on with it and get it all done, and then hopefully we can go on to this. But yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, you can see how much I've done this week on the time lapse. Well, today should I say, I've done that bit there, back down to normal. It is very weird. I mean, over a foot, can't see no damage or anything, so if there's nothing underneath there, then I really don't understand why, unless it's around this area, why they done a patch job all the way out there, and I've just sanded from that end to there. But it's just too hot. We're on 30 degrees, and if the goggles that I got, let's have a quick look, the sanding mask I got, it done alright first week because it was nice and cool, 21 degrees. Well, say cool, but you know, 21 degrees ain't too bad with these. But I've noticed this week being so hot, they just steam up, and I'm stopping to clear it so I can actually see what I'm doing under there. So I'm thinking now is to leave under here until next week, when it's supposed to cool down a bit more. And what I'm thinking is I'll do this strip along here, and whatever I can reach outside, because it's easier when I'm set up. Easier to wipe. I'll try and get all of this side done, and then if I've got any more time, I want to do a couple test patches with sanding this down. I've got 400 grit, I've got 120 grit, I've got 80 and 40. I think 40 is going to be too tough. 80 might be even pushing it, so I'm going to try with the 120 like I said before. We'll just do a couple little test patches, and then we might be able to start sanding this down. It shouldn't take us long, because I'm not actually taking all of it off. I'm just sanding it smooth ready for new paint to go on, where this, you can see, just got to get all these chunks out. And obviously that's the water line, so any damages that you run into, you want to try and repair 100%. Where anything like this you could repair even when it's in the water. But yeah, enough talking. We'll start sanding this down outside. Okay. Okay, that's that side done. Just obviously decided not the bottom. Like I said, I'll do the bottom next week now. It is definitely just too hot. Even that, I had to take the goggles off. Lucky enough, I could aim. I just used the orbit sander on this side and just aimed the air down the vacuum, so it blew most of it away, so it was all right. Still wore a mask though, because this is, you know, quite dangerous stuff, I think. So really, what I need to do next is I'm going to do a couple test patches on here, and don't know if any of you can drop in the comments. What I'm thinking is, if I sand this down and get a 2-part epoxy paint, and when I do get to the painting stage, if I paint all the way to the edge, the bottom, not underneath, just the bottom, and then from the waterline I can give that a slight sand and then put anti-foul on top. That's what I'm thinking, just so it's got an extra layer of protection on this and it will all blend in. The only thing that will stand out a little bit is the anti-foul, where obviously it's lined off. And then the bottom will get a few coats of primer and then the anti-foul. That's what I'm thinking. Any suggestions, if you drop in the comments. But yeah, so now I'm going to start doing a couple test patches on here. I did go a little bit higher on the 40. Not really sure what's going on here, to be honest with you, because they got blue underneath. I also noticed the water line. I think the original water line was up to here, and then they've gone a little bit higher. But yeah, I'll sand this down and see what we got underneath. Also, I do, like I said, do a 120 test, do a 40 test, maybe an 80, and go from there. I know this camera's not going to do it any justice, but what we have here is I went over everything with a 40. Then, so this is the 40 here. You can see all the little marks it's left. Then we went 60. Didn't take as much off, but what I did on the top half, because I knew that the higher pads would not go through this, so what I did was I went through with a 40, 60, 180, then a 400. So what we got here is, on this side, is up to 180, which is really smooth. It's taken all the little scribble marks, or whatever you want to call them, out. And then I jumped to a 400, which is really smooth. Like, that is a finish. So I don't know what you guys think. I'm thinking do everything with maybe a 40 or a 60, and then go up to a 180 and finish there, and that should be good enough for the painting, and it won't leave me with any marks. Because I noticed even with the 40 down here, you now and again, I don't know if you can see it there, you can still see scribble marks. And as you can see up here, that is actually, I think, is the original gel coat. So yeah, any advice would be great. Like I said, at the moment I'm not going to probably go any more than 180, just a 400. If you look down here, it's not going to show it, but I've got all the sort of pads. But I definitely think for the first, if I go over with one, it's got to be the other. It's going to be the 40 or the 60 to get majority of this old, bubbly, horrible paint off. And then I can just, I'll do some research and see what you guys say. We'll either go to the 180, paint on top of that, or go to the 400. That's going to be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see if I can do a little bit more underneath. It's supposed to be 31 tomorrow, so even worse. Yeah, okay, see you guys tomorrow. Okay, new day. So what I've decided to do is, I'm not going to do underneath here, it's just too hot. Next week's supposed to be a bit cooler, so I can get it done then. And then, well, next week I was going to do this, so today I'll start on this. What I've decided to do with this is going to be get it all back down to gel coat with 40. I think I made a mistake yesterday. These marks here are actually from the 60. 40 was actually a little bit less. For some reason, I don't know why. Maybe it's the way I'm pushing down, I'm not too sure, but maybe I need to push down less because it's taking more paint away. So yeah, go 40, and then I know I did a test up here which was 40 and then 180, which is really smooth. So I'll do this side twice up to 180. Obviously focus on the 40 for now, which will probably take a few weeks probably to do both sides, and then hopefully I can get some advice on if I just stop at 180 or if I should go to 400. Also, it gives me a chance to see what all the gel coats like. I mean, this is not too bad. A couple of little, if you can see it on the camera up here, there's a couple of little indents. But yeah, I'm going to take all of it off with a 40 at the moment. Okay, and I would say that was probably just under a third done on this side. I did a couple more tests. As you can see, the colours are the white, and then there's two blues, and there's white underneath, which is this, and then underneath that's the gel coat. And I thought I'd do a couple tests, see if I can, I mean that's 400 on there, see if I could shine it up. And it don't make much difference, to be honest with you. So I think from now on I'm going to leave this one on, leave it with a 40 grit, just because I think this is going to be too smooth for the paint to grab hold of. So as long as I take this stuff and the two layers underneath it, keep the white, I think that'd be good enough. So yeah, I think that's going to be it for this week. Hopefully next week we can finish off this side, get underneath, sand that side, and maybe even start the other side. See how far I can get, but it's getting there very slowly. Also, I'm going to start taking this rub rail off, start looking at replacements, because like I said, once this is sanded and repaired underneath, this is ready for the painting all the way down, and it'll just be the top half. I've just got to look into, do I need to repair it? I don't know if it's broken or if it's supposed to be like that. We'll have a look at that another time anyway. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Cheers.